Well, the guy that's complaining about the resolution of my videos is still at it. He's got a bunch of shorts up on his website or his channel. Um, he's probably got a good camera in his cell phone. Let me crank this. Let me crank this light back a little bit more. There's two things I want to tell you. Okay. All right. Now, on the schematics and the parts list, they say mica mold capacitors. Now I opened this up and now I believe it's solar. I could be reading it wrong. So in other words, let's see if this works. All right, let me knock the light off of it so you can see it blink. It blinks very sharply. All right, every time I push the button. That cap's good. I lifted a few caps and they're good. Now with the BC348, all the caps were bad. They were mica mold. They look like licorice, square licorice blocks, and even the domino-looking ones. Now, what could be going on? The light just went out. Hey, the light just went bad. Right? Ah, that's weird. Didn't expect that. So one of the LEDs just went bad in the light. Another repair. But in other words, this unit set, it has a different brand of capacitor. Set of mica mold. It's got the solar, and that could be it. The solars could be better. Also, this has no musty smell, so it was probably stored in an attic where it's dry. So it's least likely in all years that the capacitors could pull in any moisture. All right. The other thing I want to tell you, which you won't find in other videos or other websites, this has a wide and narrow. All right. So does the BC348. The BC348, when you go to narrow, whatever they call it, I don't remember what they call it. I think it says crystal. When you flip one of the knobs, it puts a crystal filter or an actual single crystal in the circuit, and that's for CW, and it makes it very narrow. So if you have two stations next to each other, or even three, and you're in the middle, you can flick this crystal on, and you could tune back and forth and get in the middle of the two stations. That's if you're doing a contest. And back in the old days, now you won't even be bothered by a very full. The band won't be overridden by lots of people now. It'll be very quiet. There's not as many people doing CW. But anyway, this unit uses three like IF transformer circuits to get wide and narrow. It's different. I just wanted to tell you that. Because if you have a BC348 and you like using that crystal, you got a different thing here. Now, on the review for this receiver that I found on the internet, it says it's barn door wide. But they've also said that about the BC348. So it's up to you. I just wanted to inform you that you might get one with better capacitors than the BC348. And there's no crystal. Would be the IF filter. It's up in the after the IFs before the detector. But I'm half asleep. I just fell out of bed. But anyway, I just wanted to tell you this is a neat little radio. It doesn't do the frequencies I like, but a few people have already said it's a cute little radio. And then the one guy's hoping I do a power supply for this and get it working. And the power supply is going to be very similar to the BC348, except that I believe the minus of the power supply does go to ground on this model. I'll have to check it. I'll let you know as I go through it. You know, that's the thing. You know, you could be on a radio for weeks because you got distortion, and it turns out you took the minus of the power supply, your high voltage, put it to ground. And on the BC348, it goes to a terminal that's marked minus that used to go to the dynamotor. And what it does is that terminal, that minus goes through resistor to ground. Off of that, it supplies voltages to the audio section. So if you ground that, your biasing's all off and you get distortion. That's exactly what happens, all right? So I try to keep reminding you of those two tricks on the BC348. The other trick is on the back, the Jones plug has to have the jumper between 2 and 4. And some of them do have a soldered wire there. And it tells you right in the manual. It's on a page that's showing you a wiring harness. And it says don't leave the jumper in there. It could screw the next guy up that has the transmitter. But anyway, these are the things I'm telling you as I'm going along. And yes, I could put all these pieces together and do editing and all that. But I'm doing a video as I'm thinking about these things and doing them. I do the video. And then, yeah, I could go back at the end and edit them all together. And I used to do that for a while, but then in the middle of the night, Microsoft come up and took the program back. They gave me an editor program, and then decided to take it back. See, I have a lot of problems with Windows. I'm using right now. I'm using the video capture program by I think it's by the company. What the hell? I always forget the name of this company. But anyway, the camera program now works. But for a while, whenever you power it up, Windows would turn the volume on the camera all the way up. There was no way to control it and stop it. And then at some point, the company that makes it, Logitech redoes the program, so when you turn it on, it doesn't. I went back and forth between the two programs because every time Windows would update, something would go wrong with their program, or they'd kill my other program. So right now, I've been staying with the Logitech. It seems like they're leaving it alone, or whatever. But doing videos, not just shorts, and when you realize that if you have a problem with something or you discover something, then you relay it to other people that like, oh, I didn't know that. Thank you for that. You know, the famous model of that was the helicopter, the Blade 70S. You know, I got it, and it says ready to fly out of the box. And then you try it, it's not working right. So then I went reading, and then the manual told you says that the tone changes on the centering buttons every time you click it. No, it doesn't. The tone doesn't change, it gets longer. So anyway, that's how you find the centers. And I did a video. And even this year, someone that got one for Christmas came in and thanked me because it isn't ready to fly out of the box. It's ready to fly out of the box as far as assembly, but you have had to have a remote control unit before that one, so you know about the trims and how to set them. Well, the instructions get cheesier and cheesier with every year with each model, that they're no longer helping the beginner. And I went and did a video, and the guy come in right away. Everybody knows that. Long video. Tell me how smart he was and the whole thing. I just deleted. I think I actually ghosted him, so he can leave me messages. There's a bunch of people that leave me comments, and I can't see them because I've ghosted them. And he kept telling me how smart he was and all the thing, and everybody should know how to do that. And I'm like, so then I think I got, when I finally condensed the video, I think I showed the old craft unit with the center tabs on it where you can actually see them. So when you picked your transmitter up, you could look at it, you could see where your trims were set. And you could put little marks for each model. So you could set your trims visually before you would fly your craft model or use your craft transmitter. But I'm all about when I find something and I go looking, like right now, there's not a lot of information on this unit. And I think if it had AM broadcast band, and there is a model that has AM broadcast band, I think if it had that, more people would be interested in it. Also, if the power supply could be put inside the radio without messing it up, that would be, it could be done, but it would be like hanging back here somewhere and then trying to get the lid back on. And I probably could do it, if I really want. But first, I got to get that transformer. The guy promised, because he sent me the wrong transformer, And he says to me, if you would have looked at the pictures, I didn't look at the pictures for the transmitter. It's a brand new transformer in a box, which it wasn't. Why would I look at the pictures? I know what I'm buying. I bought a bunch of them. So he says that to me. He put the wrong pictures up, and then don't worry, you don't have to send it back. And then as I investigate the transformer he sent me, it's got tape on it. It's got terminals on it. It's not brand new in the box. So he lied. So I don't really expect him to send me the transformer. What I'll do is I'll wait a week, and I'll go give him a negative comment, and then when he contacts me, I just won't answer him. I do that. At some point, that when the person says, "I really forgot," I'm really sorry. No, it's too late. You've already delayed me. I'm delayed a week on that already now, where I want to be. Yeah, it's a transformer. It's not like I'm buying an automobile or an engine for an automobile or a transmission or a propeller for an airplane or something that, you got to really be careful. It's a damn isolation transformer made by Triad, which you can use to go from 110 to 220, step up for us in the United States. You can't really use it in another country to run one of these radios. You would need a 220 to 220, right? And you could do it that way with it. Anyway, that's where we're at. And I keep telling you, just because some people, come in later on a video and they see my videos and they don't realize that this is my hobby. I'm not doing this for content. I'm doing this. I'm showing you what I'm doing as a hobby, and I don't need the money. And other people, they see that I have 1,000 followers and they only have 24, but they have a really good camera in their cell phone, and they do the videos up and down. You can turn the camera sideways and make it look like a movie. Hint, hint. But it seems like there's a bunch of people that like to take a video that's vertical, and then the parts of the scene run out of the field. I guess he would call it a field of vision or whatever. And I shoot my videos with my favorite camera, which is doing pretty good without the light being on. And it does have 4K resolution, but I originally cut it back because I had gotten myself into a position. I went from unlimited internet to a hotspot unit from AT&T, which was 500 gigs per month, and I do other things. So if I shot videos that were 3 gigs each, right? They were up to 3 gigabytes each, and I was shooting 2 or 3 a day. Halfway through the month, I'm out of by doing other things. I had no more internet, and then if you go over, they really sock it to you. So now I have an unlimited box, and then I still have a cut back. The real high resolution is for people that like to play make believe. But on my video is to show you, just in case you think about buying one of these radios and the problems you run into. I'm not doing the videos for people that like to relax and watch someone else do it and play make believe. Shango, he's addressed it a few times that his videos are basically the same idea as me. He enjoys radios, but he makes money with his videos because he monetized. I did not monetize. I don't want to monetize. I don't want people telling me what I should do. They used to torment him and tell him he needs to get a tripod. He's showing them how to fix television sets and the tricks, all the little tricks. And you have guys on there. I always mention they have a $40,000 lab, and they're all dressed up for the video. They want content, and then they have Patreon numbers, Patreon accounts. That's not me. These videos are just to show you what I'm working on. And I know the video, the resolution's really good. I don't know what kind of monitor you have. Maybe you're watching it on your phone instead. I don't know. I don't know what he's doing, but everything I do is because I'm retired. I do what I want to do. I had to do what other people told me to do for years, but those days are gone. I think that's it. All right, that's it.